right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Library loss.
Unexpected, on the spur of the moment, and so a lot of people wouldn't show up.
Tonight, St. Charles County Board members facing off over whether to close the books on certain library branches.
Weekend dry time. Finally, a break from this stormy pattern, but for how long?
Breaking his silence.
Well, I'm hoping to get to not guilty.
Tonight, for the first time, one of the men accused of kidnapping, beating, and holding a woman captive at a St. Louis church talks to 5 on Your Side. Good evening, I'm Kelly Jackson. Nearly 3 months ago, the stunning allegations came to light. A woman accused 3 men of holding her captive at Mount of Olives Ministry in South St. Louis. Today, one of his suspects and his lawyer sat down with Robert Townsend. It's a story you will only see on 5 on Your Side.
Talk to 28-year-old Grace Capendo, and he'll tell you he's a caring husband from Arnold. He and his wife are expecting their first child. 10 years ago, the second lieutenant in the Army immigrated from the Republic of Congo to the U.S. with big dreams.
It was to get the education that I needed, which is what I'm still working on right now, to really get the education and be productive citizen.
In late February, police arrested Capendo, his cousin Munga Fungamali, and Pasi Harry. A woman said the trio kidnapped, beat, and held her against her will at Mount of Olives Ministry in South St. Louis. According to a probable cause statement, officers found the woman in a room bound with rope and bleeding from her head. Prosecutors charged the suspects with kidnapping and assault. Capendo admits to being a member of the church for the past 9 years. You like it?
Yes, sir. I feel like I'm whole whenever I do go to that church.
But as for the allegations,
I'm not the guy that the media have painted or committing these crimes. I'm not that individual.
Capendo and the 2 others are now out of jail on house arrest and temporarily wearing GPS monitoring devices.
Having this on, sometimes I feel like I'm just a criminal, even though I know I'm not a criminal.
I do maintain they got the wrong guy.
Chris Combs is Capendo's attorney.
I think this case is either going to fall apart after the victim's deposition, or I think that we will come out victorious with a jury trial.
On June 7th, Capendo and his lawyer will be right back here at Circuit Court for another hearing. Capendo is confident he will ultimately clear his name.
I'm hoping to get to not guilty and also get back to norm so I can continue having my normal life.
Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
And at one point, the city condemned Mount of Olives Ministry after the men were arrested. The church has since reopened. Now to a developing story in downtown St. Louis. Emergency crews rushed to the Eagleton Federal Courthouse for a report of 2 people shocked. It happened less than an hour ago. We are told 2 Ameren workers were working in the basement when an arc flash occurred. One of them suffered minor injuries. The other was not hurt. They both refused treatment. At least a couple of buildings lost power for about half an hour. Today's rain has moved on, leaving comfortable temperatures behind. Now get ready for a preview of summer this weekend. Weather First Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joins us with what we can expect.
You know, temperatures are really going to heat up as we go through this weekend, Kelly. Right now, we're quiet around St. Louis. As we head through the overnight hours, you know how humid it's been with all the rain we've had this week. Yes, that humidity may lead to a little bit of patchy fog, but outside of that and any mist that might occur with it early tomorrow morning, dry weather is expected this weekend. It will still be a bit humid, and Sunday's high should be around, if not above, 90 degrees. We haven't hit 90 so far officially in St. Louis this year. If it doesn't happen Sunday, almost guarantee it Monday and Tuesday. Here's what's happening this evening. Those showers and thunderstorms that were scattered around falling apart. The rain they put down this afternoon, some of it came fast and furious. In fact, you went into South City. East side of Francis Park, over an inch. West side of Francis Park, only about a half an inch. You know, 4 or 5 blocks from each other. It was that kind of scenario that played out. The heaviest rain ended up being to our south, where more than 2 inches fell down around Ironton and also west of Rolla. We did get about 1.4 inches recorded over in Maryville, Illinois, and Hillsboro Missouri with 1.5. That's about the highest we've been able to actually pin down in a rain gauge. We'll talk more about our rain chances for next week and how long that steamy, almost summer-like weather will last in a few minutes, Kelly.
See you then, Scott. Now at 10, bringing a boost to downtown St. Louis. Within the last hour, one of the city's efforts to step up foot traffic wrapped up, and local leaders say it's a sign of the transformation they are working to create. 5 on your side's Brent Solomon is live on the collaboration behind that effort.
Well, there is no quick fix. That, according to the mayor, who says just as it took time for the city to experience a major population loss, it will also take time to bring people back. Showcasing the city, they say, is a good start.
I mean, for the real neo-soul.
Washington Avenue offering the backdrop for a night out on the town.
People, the vibe, the music has been awesome.
Welcome to City Social, an effort to bring people to downtown with live entertainment, food, and other vendors.
We're serving up cocktails. We've got Uncle Nearest margarita mix. We've got a espresso martini.
Giving businesses a boost and downtown a dose of what it's like to see stepped up foot traffic.
You know, I love downtown St. Louis, and I want to see it thrive.
Friday, Mayor Tashara Jones gathered with the local leaders to promote the best of the city.
Building a thriving downtown requires partnerships.
That's where Jason Hall of Greater St. Louis, Inc. comes in. His organization works to unite the city and county to make the entire region win. The group is based downtown.
Making downtown safe, making it vibrant, and making it beautiful. If we can get that formula right, the sky is the limit. And we've seen positive momentum.
They want City Social to prove you can enjoy downtown and that it can be safe, fun, and a reflection of what a vibrant city looks like.
No great city can exist without a thriving downtown.
I just moved to St. Louis. I love it here. Not a bad first impression for St. Louis.
Another issue here, abandoned buildings. Community leaders say they're aware of it and they're working to address it. The mayor counting on that community collaboration, and she's eyeing what's being done in other cities to turn their cities around to do the same here. Live downtown, Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
Tonight, control of the St. Louis Police Department remains with the city. Missouri lawmakers failed to pass the legislation as the session ended today. The bill would put control of the police department under a board appointed by the governor. St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones celebrated the defeat, saying that she is thankful for Chief Robert Tracy, her chief of staff, and many representatives and senators who fought to preserve local control. Right now in St. Charles County, a meeting over potential library branch closures has entered its 4th hour. Library officials say in 2 years, revenues will fall behind their cost, and they've cut everything they can. 5 on your side's Andy Krall was at tonight's heated Board of Trustee meeting as they considered possible closures.
We have been trying any number of things, considering any number of things. As you know, we've changed hours. We closed on Sundays for a period of time. We really have, we're exhausting all possibilities, thinking as creatively as possible.
Potentially flipping the page for libraries in St. Charles. The Board of Trustees vote yes or no to close 3 medium-sized branches.
A lot of numbers were thrown out at us, and it was hard to understand exactly what was said for what. And yeah, they're spending, I think he said, $50,000 to $60,000 just on e-book rentals.
Overall circulation for St. Charles City County libraries has changed since the pandemic. Before, they had 6 million items in circulation. Now, they still have 6 million. But childhood classics like Dr. Seuss, or maybe one of your favorites like Curious George, are now being read increasingly online. These branch closures as early as June 30th potentially mean possible job cuts or people being reassigned. Jason Kuhl, CEO of the St. Charles City County Library, said consultants found 70% of their staff was making below the minimum wage of comparable libraries. But now librarians worried about losing their jobs entirely, opening the floor to public comment with about 200 attendees before voting.
Don't listen so much to the consultants. Listen to the people.
Besides audience members disagreeing, board members butting heads.
We are required to notify the public of actions that we're going to take.
On the board that had any input on any of this was you.
That is incorrect.
Great job, board. Reporting in O'Fallon, Annie Kroll, 5 on your side.
Public comment ended about 20 minutes ago. Some possible solutions to avoid laying off staff were to fundraise and give more money to the St. Charles City County Foundation, as well as increase donations to try to keep more library doors open. A Missouri-based university is buying the former Fields food store near Lafayette Square. The St. Louis Business Journal reports A.T. Still University bought the site for $4 million. The university operates the Missouri School of Dentistry and Oral Health. A university representative says it's in the early stages of evaluating opportunities at the site to increase access to medical and dental care and education services. The deadline for RECA is inching closer. A local advocacy group's effort to get compensation for victims exposed to radiation takes a major step forward.
We did more than we set out to do, and we didn't even have time to prepare.
The high-profile lawmaker they are set to meet with next week. Broadband at a reasonable price. The FCC's new mandate that makes shopping for internet a little easier.
You really want to make sure that you're getting what you want and not paying for all these things that you don't need